welcome. And welcome back to Heretic Tarot. If you're new, thank you. If you're a current subscriber or if you're back, also thank you. Of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all of the things that help me get some traction in the algorithm, because isn't that just life, right? Algorithms. Anyway, I wanted to do this quick intro. I did not do this on the Scorpio video. That's okay. But I wanted to do this quick intro because it's 2023 and we are no longer going to assume that people know things without us actually telling people those things, right? And asking for what we want. So I do want you to subscribe to the channel. I want you to come back, press the notification thing, bell thing, so you know the videos are posted whenever they get posted. I would love that. Also, I do have an Etsy store. The link is below, because in true manifesting generator form, my soul cannot just have one thing to focus on. I have to have a bunch. So I do have that. I actually have 2 Etsy stores. One of them is on vacation for now. What else? I am working on getting personal readings back up and running since I've been back, but also just kind of trying to surrender to the flow of that. I mean, I know that'll come exactly when it's meant to. Was there anything else? On Instagram, I post daily, quickie energy reads, like, tarot updates. I was posting those on YouTube, but like on YouTube Shorts, but there's like a 60-second limit to those, and they've just been longer than that. So my Instagram is going to be linked below as well, so check that out. What else? I thought that there was more, and now I'm like drawing a blank, because that's what happens when you are a little vulnerable, I don't know. I guess I'm going to leave it there. If there is anything else, I'll mention it at the start of the video. Hi. You might be able to hear my dog. I'm running around. Oh, you know what? Okay. So there's 2 readings left for this round of readings. I'm going to do one today, one tomorrow. And then I have some other projects that I need to get caught up on, blah, blah, blah. But we also need to choose a tarot deck for your reading. So, I don't even know. Let me see. We just need to pick one. We'll do this one. We started with 24 pieces of paper in there, and we're down to you and one other. So usually, like, before these readings, I always get consent from my decks to do readings. I just do this off camera. So let's see. Do you want to do this reading? Just a yes or no. No pressure. There's a couple. No, we just need one. Make it clear. Do you want to do this reading? What is this? Okay. That was the King of Wands, which is a yes card for me. So, we're going to pull tarot, of course. We're going to get an overall vibe with the Oracle deck, but first I'm just going to read a quick blurb from a website called humandesignTools.com. I'll link it in the description below, of course, so if you want to check it out yourself, you can do that. So the second line is the Hermit line. The 5th line is the Heretic or Heretic line. And it says, your pearl is authentic alignment and sharing your truth. The 2 and 5 lines together mean that people will project onto you and expect your particular natural talents to come to their rescue in some way. Because of this, it's important for you to decide what you really want to spend your time and energy on, and subsequently decide what to say yes to and what to say no to. Use your strategy and your alone time to go inward and get to know what's aligned with your authentic self. That's not like a ton of information. But yeah, I mean, like, how does that sound to you? That second line has the innate ability, like there's, it's kind of like easy breezy. Not necessarily like things come easily to you by any means, but you might just pick up on stuff easily. There might be something that you just kind of like naturally are good at doing. That could be literally anything. I also feel like the second lines that I know have this like a natural ability to pick up on trends, which is really kind of interesting to observe. But I don't know if that's also like the people that I'm talking about are 2/4s. So I don't know if that is more a 2/4 thing or if that's a second line thing. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. It's almost like recognizing a trend before it becomes a trend. Like you can just kind of see it going that way. I don't know. Let me know. But you do have, kind of that double projection, because the second line people are going to project onto you that you're just good at stuff, and they are going to want to kind of pull that out of you. And the fifth line also has a projection that, like it says, expect your natural talents and to rescue them in some way. So the fifth line kind of has that general, kind of hero vibe to it. The second line has that natural ability, natural talent. That's why it was saying, like really, like you are the one that gets to decide what you want to enter into and what you don't. And of course, saying no can be so hard sometimes, but also no is a complete sentence, right? Like that's probably the biggest lesson to learn about the word no. You don't have to give a reason, an excuse, nothing. People might expect that, but you don't have to give it. And I know that's uncomfortable. I lost my train of thought, so let's move on. You have the beauty card. This has actually come out a couple times, and it's so effing pretty. Anyway, it is a beautiful card. There's all these butterflies on here, flowers. I keep being drawn to this flower that looks like a mouth, though. So again, I'm not going to like kind of force this message, but I do kind of find it interesting that it came up, that it's like a unique way of art, or like a unique way of expressing, or even like repurposing something, like just a regular run-of-the-mill flower that can be repurposed and reshaped into looking like lips. I just kind of wonder if, we'll see what the message is, but very interesting. It's the number 20 also, so that might have some significance to you. We need 5 more cards. Whoops. I'm going to take these because they do have to actually fall out of the deck. 6 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Swords, Justice, and one more. 8 of Pentacles. And then the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. There's that King of Wands again, Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. All right, let me just make sure everything is in view here. And it looks good, surprisingly. That's a first. I'm immediately also being drawn to this Justice card, and I think just because we can see the eye and the lips on this card, which is just bringing me to the Beauty card. Because, I mean, of course, like, you know, that could go so many different ways. You could be discovering the beauty within yourself. You could be discovering the beauty within even your design, you know, with your life. You know, you could be working on how you want to be perceived or how you express yourself in the world. It doesn't even have to do with like beauty as far as like makeup or anything, but just feeling a bit more comfortable in your own skin. I mean, I can't even tell you the last time I wore actual makeup. I'll put mascara on every once in a while, but outside of that, it's been years. So that's what I mean. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be that, you know, like you're learning how to do like a full face, but it can just be accepting your own natural beauty. And like I said, there's all of these butterflies. So there's this energy of transformation to some degree also. So let's just work our way through it. We start with the 10 of Wands. I love that we kind of start with the 10 of Wands and we end with the 8 of Pentacles. It's leaving a burden behind and getting to work, whatever that means for you. But that's what, so the 10 of Wands, for one, is a completion, but it talks about burden and overwhelm. This could be an energy that you've been in for some time, or it's like, you know, things are kind of coming to a head. But with it being a 10, it is a completion. This guy, this character, you know, they've picked up all their wands and they're moving on. And wands represent fire. So it's, you know, our motivation. It's the actions that we're taking. I see them as being information, whether you're getting or receiving. Getting or giving, I should say, information. It's also the experiences and life lessons that we gain along the way, because we start with the Ace of Wands, which is kind of that spark of desire, creativity. You know, it's that initial desire to want to act on something, and then you start taking the steps towards that. And then we start working our way through the suit of Wands, and we're picking up all these experiences based on whatever actions that we're taking, good or bad, right? Like, they're not always good, they're not always bad, but it is information. So we never start from scratch, we start from experience. And I love that the 10 of Wands is paired with the Ace of Swords, because swords having to do with our thoughts, our mind, how we perceive our realities. It's truth, it's honesty. I also see the swords as being the card of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego, is in our minds. So it's also, you know, the stories that we attach to those experiences. So you could be almost kind of changing your perspective about this 10 of Wands thing here. You know, like, instead of seeing something as a burden, or instead of seeing something as a loss or an obstacle or something that's annoying, even, it's like you're changing your mind about how you want to view that thing. There's a house in here, there's some birds, there's this person here, there's a like a wishbone right there. That's the first time I'm even seeing that. There's some kind of character here. It's like the more that you stare at this card, or the longer that you stare at this card, like the more you'll see. There's an eye with this infinity symbol. They're holding this sword. And like I said, this is the sword of truth. So this is expressing your divine truth. There could even have been something through this journey with the wands that you discovered about yourself, even. Which could be why this beauty card is even coming out. You know, it's like I said, even, you know, like perceiving yourself different, perceiving your difficulties differently. Maybe even owning some part of your truth, like your authenticity. I love this. And then we have the 6 of Swords. Who are we missing here? Cups? Yeah. My dog just agreed with me too. The Six of Swords talks about moving on. It's like mentally, and I love how this comes after this pair, because there's some mentally, there's something that you're like, I'm just no longer identifying with that anymore, or I'm no longer allowing whatever it is, because it is something that has to do with, again, the stories that we attach to experiences and how that lives in our minds, how we perceive that, how those things affect how we view our reality. That's all ego stuff, right? And there's these choppy waters here, and they're on this bird, and they're like, bye. There's also somebody on a boat back here. Sorry, why is my finger twitching? What's up with that? I am not doing that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, this is literally making a decision in your mind that you're no longer going to be involved in this like mental kind of turmoil stuff, that you're moving on from it. Maybe you're gonna link up with this person because they're not in these choppy waters here. This is calm, peaceful waters. That person might just be back there fishing or something, and you're over here like making a major paradigm shift mentally. And with it paired with a Justice card, that's a card of Libra. There doesn't have to be a Libra involved. I'm just pointing that out. The Lovers is Gemini. But with the Justice card, Justice talks about the scales balancing, fairness, balance. There's also this objectivity to it because justice has to be objective, right? If you start putting your beliefs and your feelings and blah, blah, blah into justice, then it becomes an opinion. It has to be objective, truth. And again, I love that it's paired with the Ace of Swords because this is the sword of truth, right? So with it being literally right next to the Ace of Swords, this is something, it's like, it feels empowering. It feels like so strong to me. There's a karma element to it. It's like getting what you deserve, good or bad, but this feels good. It's strength too. I mean, I know we don't have the strength card out here, but even just like the body language here, like the way that this is drawn feels so strong to me. And maybe it's, it's like full frontal face, the wind is blowing. They are not concerned. This person could be the person that's on top of this bird. I mean, we don't even know, but it's like heading in a direction that is true for you. And it's like, you may not, it's like one of those things where, what did this say? Use your strategy and your alone time to go inward and get to know what's aligned with your authentic self. Like that could be what this is. And obviously like your strategy is going to depend on your type. And that's the thing about our strategy and authority, right? Like our strategy and authority is going to help us enter into the correct quote unquote experiences for us. And the profile is how we interact with those experiences and the people involved in those experiences and the energy involved in those experiences. So there's definitely, like some karma being delivered here to you, or you're just by making this decision here, it's like cashing in the karma bank, And like I said, it feels like a good thing and it feels so empowering, like fully expressing yourself, which even going back to this beauty card, right? Like it's like fully expressing yourself, like coming home to yourself. And I know that's not easy, and it's you literally have to make a conscious decision to do that for a little while until it becomes second nature, especially if you haven't been in the practice of doing that for most of your life. I mean, you might already be in that, but this could just be the next step in that journey for you. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, which talks about, again, almost kind of this balancing thing. Although Justice is an air card, this is Earth. With Pentacles, this is how you make your money. This is how you spend it, how you save it, how do you spend your time. It's the materials and resources that you have access to. It's also your physical body. And when we talk about the Two of Pentacles, it's, kind of balancing responsibilities. There's like two people in this card, but it's like one person, but two expressions of them. So you could be deciding to start a second stream of income, or splitting your time between responsibilities. And it's like finding balance in that. Or like I said, you could be deciding on starting a new stream of income or getting a second job. Just, even something that would make your life a little bit easier. Or if it's not that, then it's definitely finding balance within almost kind of like what you have to do and what you want to be doing. Because it's also paired with the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is about putting in work, putting in practice. It's perfecting a craft. It's understanding that you have to put in like the time and energy into something in order for it to, it's like, muscle memory. It's called a practice, not a perfect type of thing, right? Like this person is building a wall here. So they didn't know how to build a wall, I'm sure, like when they were born, but with practice comes skill. Also, people hiring you based on your skill level. So again, right? I mean, like if you are starting some sort of business, this would be a service-based or offering some sort of product that you have been putting a lot of time and attention into perfecting, or at least perfecting in the way that you like it. I mean, it could even be changing professions. Like I kind of got this feeling about like leaving the profession that you're in now and getting involved in something else that you do enjoy doing, but maybe just didn't necessarily think that it was plausible to make a career, make money off of. But this is saying that there is an opportunity for that. We have the Lovers card here, so there could be somebody else involved with this. I mean, you could be in a relationship and maybe, that person would help you to some degree pursue this thing. But the Lovers card also, again, like has this energy of balance, because it's balancing the masculine and feminine. There's generally a masculine and feminine person involved in the Lovers card. And it's understanding that you need both of those energies in order to fulfill something. Like, the masculine is initiating and going for it and kind of putting in the physical labor, whereas the feminine is receiving and in the flow and intuitive, right? But how both of those things, when in balance, can present opportunities, because this also even talks about choices, making decisions. And even too, how there's, this one tree here, but it's growing two different trunks and they're both intertwined. And even again with this like Two of Pentacles energy here. So you could be deciding to split your time between two different things. We have the King of Wands. Again, this is like the entrepreneur. This is somebody who wants creative freedom. With it being a king, it's the highest expression of the suit. We have the infinity symbol again here, which was on that Ace of Swords. I feel like I saw it somewhere else too. Maybe not. JK. But this is somebody who, with it being a king, it's the highest expression of the suit. So they are an authority in their field. They can lead other people. I mean, they're literally able to control fire here. The Queen of Pentacles, she's digging up a pentacle here that was maybe locked away. She obviously had the key for it. So this could even be something from your past, or again, something that you've been working on for some time that you can start making money at. And I hate to be one of those people that's like, monetize your hobbies. But capitalism, and we all need to afford a living. So, you know, if you enjoy doing it, if you love it, why not? At least make back the money that you spend on products and triple that amount at least. But there is this energy of like financial security here. There's the Seven of Cups, which talks about options, maybe daydreaming, kind of starting to think about other possibilities that are showing up. The Wheel of Fortune. Luck is changing. This is a good card. The wheel is moving forward. Things are changing. This is a card of change. Temperance. Fire and water. Alchemizing. Right? And even like, look at this. Here. I mean, I know that this is like black and white, but there's flowers. There's this face here. You know, like this, it feels like something actualized here. This could even be, of course, like it's a card of patience and understanding that, you know, it takes time for these energies to blend. So it's allowing yourself enough time, enough practice. You know, it's like, don't give up on a thing before it takes off, basically, whatever that means, you know, for you and your situation. This is beautiful. I'm going to leave it there. And thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.